much for joining.
Okay,
Tina Bell.
I can see you now.
Oh, very good. So Kelvin, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, MJ.
Long time no see. Can you please introduce yourself quickly? I want you to go straight into it. So just introduce yourself. Do the honors of introducing yourself.
Um, so guys, it's an honor to be here. My name is Kelvin Osai. I am a lifestyle content creator. I'm a relocation content creator. I'm also a music artist. I just released this song this last week, called Falling. And also I'm a registered nurse. I'm a Nigerian registered nurse, UK registered nurse, also a USRN. Um, and then also I'm an IELTS tutor, and just generally career guidance and all that. And yes, that's just a few things about me.
And you are a YouTuber.
Yes, I am a YouTuber. I know you said I should mention that. Why did that? Guys, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a young YouTuber. I don't have I have small subscribers. See, people should go and check my YouTube page. I share a lot of information on. So on Instagram, what I do is that I give you tips and updates, short clips here and there. But on YouTube, I just go deep into explaining things, just guiding. In fact, I just dropped a video today where I explained a UK government website where you can, have your CV, learn about how to update your CV so you'll be able to get visa sponsorship jobs. So I'm just doing a lot of more detailed things there. And, these are my mentors, MJ and all the like. They are my mentors. They are the ones that have, K followers, Ks.
So thank you so much, Kelvin. I so much appreciate your time this evening. I mean, you have a lot. Everybody has a lot going on. So agreeing to even do this with me, I sincerely appreciate it. And congratulations again on a lot of things. And congratulations on your USRN. Cool. And also congratulations on your new music. Yeah, I wonder how you do it anyway, but well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so tonight I want us to talk about becoming a USRN as an internationally educated nurse. Yeah, you recently did this. Yeah. So I want you to give us that brief summary of it, guys. Kelvin's, what's the name of your YouTube channel?
Kelvin Osai. Just search Kelvin Osai. You'll find it.
So once you search Kelvin Osai on YouTube, yeah, you'll be able to have a deeper insight of this topic, right? Because Kelvin just did it fresh. He has that fresh updates about it. He just took the new generation NCLEX. So you definitely want to watch what he has got to share. So let's go to it. Give us a brief breakdown of the entire process.
All right. Thank you. I think it's an honor to be here, first of all. I think one of the things I did, I was dragging my leg. If, as a Nigerian, there are some English I'll speak. Please leave it the way
You're
it is,
free,
because I am in Nigeria. No, I'm telling people that will come and listen to this thing 1 year later and they'll say, I don't know how to speak English. Leave it for me. Thank you. Anyway. As a Nigerian who is a registered nurse from Nigeria who is in the UK, I think the process is quite different from someone who is in Nigeria, right? But almost similar. The only difference for someone who is in Nigeria is that when he gets to taking the exam, you probably have to travel to, I think, the Philippines, or now there is Kenya, there used to be South Africa, but a lot of issues and all that. So just have that in mind. But every other thing is going to practically be the same. So the first thing was to register a profile with CGFNS. So they are like a credential evaluating body. So you put in all the documents, your education, and most people will say just put your RN qualification, and maybe if you did a degree, just add that. But if not, just put it. I have a master's in public health. I did not put that, so I just did, because my degree was in nursing, I did my degree and my nursing. So you just add that. Once you finish filling your profile, your work experiences and all that. It's not TG, FNSO. CGFNS, please. All right. So once you finish filling your profile, there is a section for your. I think they have your bio data, which is your name, address, blah blah blah, date of birth, and all that. And then there is also the section for work experience and all that, all the, I think, past 5 years or so. And then there is a section for your education. And then there's also a section for your registration and all. So for those of us who have UK NMC registration, we also fill that in. Then once that is done and they've approved it, they will send. There are some documents you will need to print out to send to your school, to send to NMC, and to send to NMC UK and all that. So these things happen. It's supposed to happen very fast, but because based on where you are going to be doing your is it evaluation from, your report, if it's coming from Nigeria, I don't know, but it could take weeks to months. And then but for UK, if you request for it now and you click submit, once you click submit, they receive it in the US, that's,
And it's
but
free.
then yes, and it's free, but in Nigeria you have to pay your school, you have to pay for transcript, you have to pay for all those things to be sent to them. You choose the board of nursing you want. The one that a lot of people, I think what some people said, there is compact state and non-compact state. I don't really
You
understand
don't have to
that
go deeply
concept.
into that. Let me just cut you quickly.
Even me, I don't understand. So I'll just leave that.
I'll just cut
Yeah.
you quickly.
Okay.
So I am working on a guide. God, this
That will
US guide is
explain.
stressing me.
Okay. All right.
I'm going
That's
to
fine.
make sure
That
I
will be
explain
all the things. Yeah.
everything so that when you're doing it, you're not confused. You know everything you
Yeah.
need to know
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
what you need to do. So compass, clinical, just leave it on the side for now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, because I think that's just related to, if you have a license in one state, you can work in several other states. But there are some states where with their license, you can't work any other place, So I registered with Texas board. So Texas board is quite easy, and you just register, and you have a profile then. I think BON Texas Nursing Portal. You create a profile with them. So there are a few things you need to do. You will need to do your nursing jurisprudence, which is more of ethical, legal, lasting power of attorney, right and wrong things. We did those things in school: maleficence, beneficence, veracity, all those blah blah blah. Then the next one is
You know,
fingerprint.
no
Now,
book. Oh.
I
You
beg
do no book.
rest. The next one is the fingerprint. Now, depending on how good you are, there are a lot of videos that explain fingerprint. So the fingerprint is where it's like the police clearance form. If you've done any of these immigration things, you realize that when you were traveling, you did a police clearance and you did fingerprints, right? So in this case, you're doing it. Either you go to a center in London, or you get the what is it called? You buy the document. It's on Amazon. You also buy the stamp. You know that thing they use in stamping. You buy it, so you can do it on your own. You can just order like 5, do like 3, use one to practice, do like 3, and then send it. There is an address you can send it, mail it to the US. Once they receive it and verify yourself, no criminal record, all those things. I think it's FBI check. They just check your records and it's approved. Once these two are done, the next thing is to pay for ATT. ATT is your authorization to take the test. Once you pay for ATT, they give you a date. I think they gave me 75 days or something. I'll be 90 days. I can't remember.
It
So
it
you
used to
start,
be 6 months, but now it's
yeah,
between 30. It's between, okay, let me say 60 to 75 days, or 60 to
yeah,
90
something
days. It's
like that.
roughly
So
between that, depending on
yeah,
your board of nursing.
yeah, exactly. So what then happened was, before, my fear was the fact that while I am an emergency nurse, I have a quite a large amount of experience in terms of clinical setting. But then I was off bedside for a while, right? And I do 9 to 5. So now this means I have a regular work pattern. I could prioritize my reading time. So in terms of preparing, I started with Archer. I bought Archer 3 months bundle. I read it every day. I told my family, I said, every day from 8 to 12. Please, I
Discipline.
will not be available. Yeah, I will not be available. So most times I schedule my contents. So that was before I don't used to schedule my content. I just post and But then what I did was that I schedule my content. I set an alarm on my phone that a content has gone off by 6. So that means I should be able to respond to comments and all that. And then a content has gone off by 12. Because I work 9 to 5. In fact, my current workplace, there was some talk that say, oh, you're posting while I talk. I said, no, my contents are scheduled. So I scheduled it for break times and all that too. So that way, I was able to manage my reading time, right? Even if I press phone,
Fabulous.
as some of us that are like, it's not like we are addicts, but this is what we do, right? We press phone. So
we're not addicted, but we press phone,
we press phone. We're not addicted. But sometimes if I'm studying, just to go and check what taxosin is used for or beta
you land on
blockers,
Instagram.
you will start doing other things. Well, but what I did was that I gave myself, I was quite meticulous with the time. Then in the evening, before I go and study, I try to help out in the house because eating is between 6 to 7 or 7:30. So I try to like do a few things, help with maybe feeding, just changing, anything. Just let it be that I did something. Then I go and hide myself. Then later on, I could just pop out and just help again. But that was the schedule. Then I had the 3 months ACHA. I didn't really get any. There's people that say use U-word, use simple nursing, use this, use that, use that. For me, right from time, I always knew that if you give me the curriculum, if you give me the course outline, say this exam is going to cover A to Z, any material that has the information I need from A to Z, I will just go with it. I don't go with plenty things. In fact, I had people that have done the exam. They gave me textbook, 2 textbooks. They gave me their notes. I did not open it. I did not read textbook.
And you see,
I did not.
go
I
and
did
collect
not.
your book from him. He did not open
I
it.
did not open book. Oh, I did not open the textbook. I did not open the person's book. And then also they said I should make note of all these blood lab values and be looking at it every day. I should be post it by my door. While it worked for some people, I wrote it, but I wasn't seeing it every day. I pasted it on my work table, but I wasn't looking at it every day. I was following her advice, but I was doing what works for me. What works for me right from time, what works for me right from time has always been visual and auditory, right? So I see and I listen. Reading, no. Even my master's in public health what I did was I downloaded an audio PDF reader. So even if I'm driving, the material I'll be playing it will be playing what they are saying, all the WHO guidelines, all the.
No. Can you see that Kelvin is very smart? He's not just dancing on TikTok or dancing on Instagram. He knows what he's doing.
So because
follow him now.
Guys, I can't see myself sitting down and reading for 4 hours. I used to do that in school. I believe the knowledge I have now is okay. I think sitting down now, it's not feasible because you have children, you have a family, you have things you're thinking about. Yeah. You're sitting down to read. Postman will bring delivery. You'll be hungry. Now go downstairs. It's not. Then we're not doing anything. You don't have children. Don't have anything. You can stand up and go to library and sit down for hours.
And this is for people that keep saying, I have children, how will I do it? I know a lot of my friends did their examination while on mat leave, and now I'm thinking, wait, how did they do it? Because I'm on mat leave and
yeah, exactly.
It's all about what you want and discipline.
Yeah, I think what I did was that for the archer that I got, so I got materials before I started. I asked questions. So the first thing, as a nurse, you already know we have our ADPI, which is the nursing process. I always apply. I tell people I apply nursing process to my life. If you even want to start a business, I think nursing process is a business model where You have to assess, you have to make a diagnosis of what and what you need, what the situation is. You have to plan, you have to implement, you have to evaluate. These are things you can apply to life, right? Even people that say 2025, I must marry. You assess the person. Is he from a good background? Is he working? You know, does he have body or the but anyway,
Does he
but
have six pack?
do you know? So those are like the things it's assessment. You apply all these things subconsciously in your life. So I always try to apply it deliberately in whatever I do. So I assessed, asked questions, got materials. I got the Mark Klimek audios. I got the was Saunders Nursing PDF. I got the summary of Saunders Nursing. I did not read it. Saunders, I did not read it. I got a lot of materials, but
Guys, you
then
can start dropping your questions. So we're only taking
yeah.
3 top hot questions.
So
Okay.
so the next thing was after I got the materials, I decided, okay, this one I will do this because Mark Klimek is like 12 audios that covered everything, right? And then I listened to Mark Klimek. How did I do it? Once I close from work, between 5 and 6 or in the evening, I take a walk. Most of the audios are like 1 hour. So I take a 40 minutes walk to and 40 minutes back. So I'm listening to the audio, I'm taking a walk. So it's like killing two birds. I'm keeping healthy. There's nobody walking with me, so I'm less distracted. If you are sitting down listening to some of those things, sleep will carry you for this age where we dey. Especially if you are a nurse, anything that makes you sit down for 1 hour, sleep. So anyway, so I take walks, I listen, I finish the audio, then I started Archer. So for Archer, because I drive to work sometimes and I also drive a lot, whenever I don't let anything distract me. For those 4 hours I said, 8 to 12, I listen to videos. I watch the videos. But then for days when I have to drive to work, why will I be wasting 1 hour, 20 minutes driving when I could?
Please send your questions. If you want to drop questions, there are 4 icons on your lower right corner. The one that has the question mark, please go and drop your question there if you want us to answer. If you want the audience to answer, you can drop it in the comment section. But if you want us to answer, please use that icon to drop it, okay? Please go on now.
All right.
Your time is going. Your time is going.
Yeah, I understand. So for the Archer audio, I watch the videos because it's system by system. So I watch the videos while with my 8 to 12, and then I also do questions. So I could say, okay, I'm watching gastro today, and then I'll then do questions. So I set myself to be doing 50 at first, but with time, only yourself you go know say this 50 where they do. If you begin to do it for the next 2 years, you know go fit even cover.
I know, right?
Much. So I started doing 80, sometimes 50 in the morning, 50 in the evening. So sometimes you do like 100, just so that you get. The idea is not to be perfect. The idea is for you to understand the rationale behind the answer. So even if I get it wrong, I wasn't bothered. Although at some point I was bothered, but my scores were between 65% to 70 something percent. So which wasn't so bad. So that was that. Then when I'm driving out, let's say I'm driving to work or driving to any meeting or something, and it's like 40 minutes, 1 hour drive, I don't waste that time. I split my phone screen. So you can split your phone screen, and then I'll be watching the video, right? So I'll be watching
Not
the
icon. Continue.
I'll be watching the video while my map is on the ground. The essence was not I'm not putting my eyes on the video. The essence is for me to be listening to what they are saying. Like I said, I'm an auditory learner, so I listen while I'm driving. So
you basically need to see what works for you and stick to it, be disciplined.
Because if I want to read from a book, I have to print it. Then I have to be ruling it. If I see important thing, I rule it with red. Then it will now leave my head. Then when I come back again with blue pen, I'll rule it again. So you will see that one information, I've ruled it with green, red, blue, and black. So what's the
you took the new generation NCLEX?
Yes, I
did the old one. I did the old one, right? We were like the last. I said I have prepared for the old one. I am not entering the new one. Before they release it in April. I quickly did it.
think they
So I
released
did
it
the
in
old
April.
one.
I think
So how was the new
it
one?
wasn't bad. So on the day of my exam, should I say I went into the exam late, but I finished in time because when I got to the venue, the door was locked. I saw people in front of the door, so I just assumed that they are waiting for the door to be open. So I now stood. Then at the point, I said, are they not opening? Because on the map, it says they are open. And I said, no, someone not pressed. Then now, someone now said they have started. I was the last person. Well, apparently, I was the first to finish. That was because when I was practicing, the thing that I thought the exam was for 3 hours. 3 hours is 180 now. But I didn't know it was 300 minutes.
It's plenty.
300 minutes is 5 hours now. So
There were 5 hours.
I was practicing with speed. When I was practicing with, in case they increase my questions to 150, I should be able to still have enough time. So I was trying to target one question for 1 minute, one question for 1 minute. So that was how I practiced. And so it wasn't difficult. Just that if you fail it, you fail it. That's what, but it gives you option of answering more questions because it's like a case study, and then they start asking you multiple questions based on the case. So if you have made a wrong diagnosis from the beginning, chances are that you may fail one or two things, but you will definitely not fail some symptoms. You definitely not fail some, nursing interaction and all that. And also, I think it gives people that idea of how a case is managed. But I also think they do negative marking. So it is safer to answer
What you are
less
sure.
than more.
Just answer what you know. If you are
Yes,
completely unsure, leave it.
because let me explain what negative marking means now. If the answer is supposed to be 5, and then you know two, the two you know to be correct, you've answered them, and then you now say, let me add this one. I think this one is there, and then this one is there. You now answered 4, and 2 out of that 4 are wrong. The 2 wrong ones and the 2 right ones will hug each other and cancel.
Answer.
So it's better you answered 2 and those 2 are good and you get
Correct.
the mark and move on. So those were some of the tricks I earned. So before my exam day, when my ATTS came out, my Archer has expired. I was able to do like close to 60% of what it contained, both videos and questions. So I then subscribed to Simple Nursing. And I enjoyed Simple Nursing because of the caricature, the explanation, description. Sometimes in the hall, you'll be remembering aldosterone as one, all this kind of thing. And then McClimac, those were like the 3 things I did. In fact, one of the questions or a few of the questions I answered on the exam, they came out from McClimac, and I listened to it a night before because I told myself 3 days before my exam, I should go back again and listen to it. So I listened to it from beginning to end again. So like twice or 3 times was, how much I listened to it. So that's everything. It's not that difficult. I tell people, if you do nights and days, your idea should be wake up. If you're going to work this night, wake up by 3 and read for 2-3 hours before your night shift.
Okay, we have a lot
Then
of
when you are off,
questions. We have a lot of questions.
you have questions.
Waiting
Yeah,
for
let's
us.
start taking questions.
Let's start taking questions. So this is simply Adetutu. Hi Adetutu. She said, at what stage do you write IELTS? Is it required before registering with CGFNS?
No, it's
None
not
of
required. I
you
think
have got badge for me or Kevin. Now, wow. You too do.
I thought I was the only one that used to.
No bad for this 35 minutes when it is. Man. Continue, my darling.
All right. So I think the thing was, what was the question again? I think he said, what was
Said
the
that
question?
she said that at what stage do
Did
you
you
write
write
IELTS? Is
IELTS?
it required before writing with
I've not written
CGFNS?
IELTS. So the stage is that when you towards your immigration job stage, I think that's when they tell you to write IELTS.
So
So
I'm just gonna include this quickly. So with CGFNS, so this is it. When you start this entire process, right? The first thing you want to know, the first thing you want to keep at the back of your head is to research the board of nursing you are interested
yeah,
in.
the
There
board
are 50
determines. Yeah.
states in United States. It's impossible for someone to share with you what all the 50 states require. It's impossible. So it is your job to say this is the state I want to live in United States, okay? And select that state and research their requirement. Now, some states we say you need high ELTS to register with them from the beginning. To even do your credentialing, they want you to provide high ELTS. Where some other states, they'll just say, which exam are you taking? Which English test are you taking? You just say IELTS. Pam, you don't need the result yet. And that includes Texas. But from others, I think they said New York requires IELTS from the right beginning. Okay? Now, ideally, if you use Texas or a board of nursing that doesn't require IELTS, your IELTS will come when you are applying for your visa screen. So that means it is under your visa and immigration stage.
Yeah.
You don't need to bother about IELTS depending on the board of nursing you have chosen to go with. And like I said, I know a lot of people have a lot of questions. It's impossible for us to take it all on this session. So that's why I said, please go and subscribe to Kelvin's YouTube channel because you want to follow his journey, right? You want to know what's next
I think
he is
MJ,
doing.
I
Okay?
did a video. I did 2 videos on NCLEX, on the things I did and how I prepared. It's on my YouTube channel. So
Good.
like I explained everything I did on
So
that
good. It's
video.
detailed. Some people are like, I don't want to go. I'm not gonna sit down and be watching, and then will there be any money? It's you can see Kevin has a lot of things going on for him. It's not this thing is not, if it's about money for us, we would have left this thing long time ago. Do you understand? It's all about the passion to share what others are telling you. It's God that did it, and they're hiding it. How did you do it? It's God.
Nah,
God did it.
God,
Is it God that took the
though.
necklace?
Nah, God. How did you prepare? Nah, God,
Now God
though.
though. So we are sharing this information because we love to do it. We have the passion to do it, and that's what has kept us this long. It's on his YouTube channel, Kelvin Osai. Just search for it. Check my YouTube channel as well. I have all the videos of when I did mine, but some things might not be updated, like maybe the price of this one, it has changed. Prices changes, information changes. So that's why I'm also recommending that you go to Kelvin's YouTube channel and make sure you also follow him and follow me so that when you get updates, when there are new updates, you are getting it. Follow Who Know Road. You people will follow top celebrities to be watching gossip and things that is not adding to you. Make sure you follow someone that will add value to your career and your entire journey, depending on what you're interested in becoming. 2025 is here and we want to get things done. Enough of procrastination. If IELTS is what is delaying you, just forget about it for now. Research the board of nursing you are interested in. Look at what they require. IELTS might not be there until your visa and immigration stay. I did it too. My talk did not waste. I did it to us, but badge. No worry, we'll share the income. So I hope be like I need to and buy badge for the two of us. So I hope that we clarified your question. Okay, good.
And then
Next, do you
I
have
think
something to add to it?
no. I think before
Okay.
you add the next one, I always try to tell people, understand what works for you, right? Understand what time of day you read. Some people cannot read if their children are at home. Some people cannot read once they finish a 12-hour shift. If you know what you need, you will do what is required. Some people prefer to read at night when everywhere is quiet. For me, I've trained myself. I can read in the bus. I can read in the market. I don't read for market before now. I go
You just
sell.
have to find
I
something.
go sell note for my mother. I carry my
If you
textbook. They read
if you
for
are waiting
market.
for the best time, it will
There's
never
no
come.
best time. There's no
There's
best
no
time.
best time to do anything. If you're waiting for that time, it just will not come. You have to fix it into your chaotic life right now and get things done. Let's go to the next question. It said, can you please list the materials you use? Really? All the things that we have listed. Don't worry. Kevin has the full video on his YouTube channel for you to go through. I also have full video on the best top materials that I used while I was preparing for my test. So just kindly go and use it. And Kelvin, in his good heart, can make a reel that just lists the the materials that he used. Very good. Okay, like a pro. I like the thumbnail. Pro. Okay, next question quickly. It says, do you need to take the high IELTS to be a US RN despite being a UK RN? My darling, you need it for visa
You
and
need it.
immigration. You are going to another person's country.
Yeah.
100%. I have completed the whole stage. Me, it is. I have finally made up my mind that I want to leave this country. It's not completely there, but I think I want to leave. The tax is becoming too much. Yeah, but I have completed the entire stage. I just need to move, get the visa, and move. So I am telling you that as a UKRN, there's no two way around it. You need the high IELTS, academic high IELTS for your visa and immigration stage. Okay, 100%. What agencies are legit to work with for USA and UK? Did you give the list of agencies?
I did not use agency. I did everything by myself.
Okay.
So basically, there are some people that prefers to use agency. The agency will prepare you for NCLEX. The agency would, then they will help you look for job. I did not use agency because first, I'm not in a hurry. Like MJ said, it's not like we just do it first. Then, but once you finish, some people were using there's that common. There's some people use Avant. Some people
Yeah.
use Share
Connectix.
Water. Some people use Connecticus as we connect
Yeah,
something.
Connectix.
Some people use global something services, big global solutions also. So there are different organizations, but we're not here to advertise any organization for you. We are here to tell you how to prepare, and which is what we've just done.
Okay, so I'm just going to add to that quickly. So in the United States, there are two types of agencies. There are direct hire, and then we have the staffing agencies. Okay, so what direct hire means is that the direct hire agency connects you directly to the employer. So your employer is the hospital, whereas for staffing agency, your employer is the agency. At the beginning of your process, and depending on which country you are, you can make a decision. If you, depending on the country you are, depending on your financial capacity, you're going to make a decision. Do I want to start this process with agency, or do I want to, do it myself? If you want things to run faster at your own pace, you're going to start it yourself. But if you financially you're not capable, you want full sponsorship, which they get the 100% give you every stage, even the one that we have spent our money. When we get to US, we collect our money back.
Oreneke just bought badge.
Thank you. Even the way that I've done everything by ourselves, when we get to USA, we'll collect our money back. I think my agency is offering $10,000 sign-on bonus. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So all of your money, everything that you have spent, you will collect it back. Okay. So in the beginning, depending on your financial capacity, your country where you are, the complexity of visa and traveling, everything, you're going to decide, do I want to start with agent, and how quick you want to get out. You decide if you want to go with agency or if you want to, go by yourself. You make that decision. However, at the end of everything, by the time you finish your NCLEX, you're going to do that if I do it by yourself, you do it by yourself until you get to your visa and immigration stage. Okay, so when you finish your NCLEX, yeah, when you have sponsored yourself, if you are doing self-sponsorship, when you have sponsored yourself up to taking NCLEX, you will still have to go back to agency because trust me, your visa and immigration process is complex. I've never seen anything like it. You cannot, never ever do it yourself. Forget it. You cannot do it yourself. The terms there, I've seen the forms, and I know that even me that I love to do things myself, you cannot do it yourself. And because there are three types of visas, right? The H-1B visa and the EB3 visa. EB3 visa, it's a permanent visa that gives you the green card. It is employer based. It means your employer needs to file for it, sponsor it. Whereas your H-1B visa is temporary, okay? And that one, when you get to USA, you'll still be fighting to get your green card. Okay, so there's no way around. You still have to still go back to agency. That's the whole summary of my. Okay, so yeah, I think that's it. So for the list of agencies, I have a video on my YouTube channel where I have given you over 30, I think, legit agencies. And I also have my own for people that are going to buy my guide. I have the one that I'm recommending to that. These ones, we have surveyed the market, we have gotten reviews, and these ones are the ones that if you want a good deal, you go with them. If you want a good deal, you go with them. So you can go back to my YouTube channel, JTV. I have the list. And I also bring back the video and send you the link directly if you want it. So maybe I've already scheduled my content for next week. So I'll slot it into my content next week. Oh, next week, we're already in the new week. Yeah, I'll slot it into my content this week. Okay. So I think we answered that question. What L degree can I attain before applying for UK visa too? Sorry, that's not the topic we're discussing. I'm sorry. My question is, how will I go about it to become a UK? We're discussing US today. Is green card guarantee once a nurse lands a job in the United States?
I think
That's what I just
you
explained.
just respond you
Yeah,
just responded to
I just
that. Yeah.
explained it. I hope you understand. If it is the EB3 visa that you're going with, you are going with your green card, your permanent residency, straight with your family, which is what I recommend for international nurses. That's what I recommend. Because the kind of state USA is, the kind of where they are nursing runs, you don't want to get in trouble and go with a temporary visa that if you lose your job, you might go a long way back to your country. Do you understand? You
Mhm.
don't want that. You want to go with a solid visa that gives you peace of mind. You can decide to get to USA with a solid visa, your permanent residency, and say, I know they do not say again, make it get out, do you get, and go do other things. So EB3 visa, yes, you get your green card right away as a nurse if you choose that. But if you're in a hurry, right now, retrogression is holding back EB3 visa. Okay? But if you're in a hurry, you don't mind, you can go with your H1B visa, which is a temporary visa. It's all about choices. The reasons why a lot of us are still here is because EB3 visa, there is retrogression on it. It's not moving forward yet. Okay? So, no, please outline the textbooks and materials. We've already discussed. I think we've taken the major
Yeah,
questions.
we've answered all the questions.
We've
Yeah.
answered all the questions, and I've also taken time to talk about your visa part, which I don't like you to bother yourself about because your agency will handle it. They'll give you an immigration advisor. They'll give you a lawyer. They'll give you a case manager. Like they're on top of it. You don't even have to worry. But do not resign until you have your visa. I've seen UKRS once they pass and clear, they've done all those things. They resign. You think it's like UK that their visa is always almost 100%. Resign. If you resign, and then they end up denying their visa, and they have 60 days to leave the UK. It's terrible. So please don't resign until you have your visa like this. So I think that we're done here. Anything you want to say just to round up? Don't forget to follow Kelvin, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more. I have a guide coming soon. Oh my God, I don't know why the US guide is stressing me more than UK. I've been done with the UK since like how many months now? But the US has been stressing me out. I don't know why.
Because you are in the UK soil, so it will be easier.
I guess, right? Right? So that US is actually stressing me out because I'm trying to give everything based on what
Have
people
you
have asked
have,
me,
have you
you know.
forgotten that? Have you forgotten that before most of us started doing this US thing, getting information regarding US was not easy. The same thing with
Man, I
UK.
always
So
Google
I think,
all the time for
yeah.
everything.
So
Google. It was
I
complex.
think it's because you are in US and you're in the UK and all the processes are known.
Mm.
So everyone that has watched, if you've not started the process, do well to start it. Even if you don't think you want to move to the US anytime soon, just start it. You don't know where you are, what the
Mhm.
country you are, what the nursing council there would do. Also, you're targeting another country, let's say Canada, Australia, whatever. The NCLEX can also be used to, register with Australia. The NCLEX can be used.
New Zealand.
I think that it can be, yes. So it's NCLEX is NCLEX. Even if you use the NCLEX to do the exam and register for, Texas board, you can also use it to, register for. There is a pathway for that for Australia. I think, and we can always do a video about that later.
Okay.
So guys, do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Kelvin Osai. I post information on career, CV, relocation,
1 second.
everything.
Mhm.
And I also post my music. I just do lifestyle generally, anything that involves career. Everything I experience, I just post on, my socials. Also, I'm a music artist. I never blow.
No worry,
Go
you
on,
blue.
go on, go on the streaming platforms. If it's Spotify, you use Audio Mac, iTunes,
Mm.
Apple Music, anywhere. Search for my name, follow me on that streaming platform and add my songs to your playlist. My songs are very, very nice. In fact, my songs, if not be
Of
say
course, you
one thing.
never blow.
Now me
Now
and
why they know the reason you?
Obo suppose they drag stage. But I say make I just become father first. Ma just anyway, thank you guys for having me
Thank you
here.
so
It's been a pleasure
much,
talking to
Kelvin,
you
for
guys.
your
Thank you,
time.
MJ.
All
Who
right,
they
I'll
laugh?
catch you
Who is that
later.
person sharing laughter? Who is that person sharing laughing emoji? You're laughing at me? All right, guys.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
the
MJ.
time. Catch you
All right.
later.
Bye.
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 Okay, so that's all. Kevin has literally talked about everything. I hope that you picked one or two things on the session. If you're here to follow me, kindly follow. Okay, I always drop you new gems. And for the lady that has asked about the recruitment agencies, do not worry at all. I have already shared this. I have all this content on my YouTube channel, NOSMJ TV. So I'm gonna bring it back. I'll refresh it and I'll share it on my Instagram, so you can have direct access to it. Okay, one other thing, I was going to ask one other question. Okay, so someone asked that when is my guide coming out? Honestly, I've finished with the UK guide and the US guide is just stressing me out. Yeah. So I'm almost done with the US guide. I'm aiming for the first week in February to release this guide. Yeah, first week in February. Do not worry at all as soon as it is out, because I want to give you the absolute best. I want this to be my gift to nurses worldwide that are interested in migrating to United Kingdom or United States. It's like my gift to nurses. So I want you to have everything that you need. That's why I'm not rushing it. Even my husband has been like, when will you finish this thing? Like, it's stressing you out. It's honestly stressing me out. Okay, every day when I think I'm done, I get another question from one of my clients, and I'm like, oh, that means they don't know this, and then I go back to add it to it before finalizing it. But I don't want to promise, but I am aiming. My timeline is the first week in February. If you want to keep updated on this, just follow me and subscribe to my channel, turn my notification on so that you'll be the first to know. I'm also going to give like an early bird discount for it. We give some people, we even get it for free. Yeah, so it all depends on who gets the information first. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for your time this evening. This video, I'll upload it on my YouTube channel just for you to catch up. I'm just gonna put it there as one of my collections. And I think that's it. I'll catch you guys next time. I need to go now. Love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. Mwah. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your week. Cheers.